The question is, when thinking about your finances, what is one thing that you would like to happen, or one thing that comes to mind in general?
I want to be debt free.
Debt free. Awesome, awesome. All right, you got like 10 seconds. Out of this crowd, I'm probably gonna pick on Kyoshi and Asia mostly because I know him a little bit longer than some of you all. So, Kyoshi, looks like you're done. Tell me, do you mind sharing with the crowd what was your answer?
Well, I just put that I want to maintain amazing credit.
Amazing credit, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Asia, you too?
Yeah.
No, what you got? Not to get back credit. Okay, credit is a good thing. Having good credit is good. Brother. All right, so some of the topics that we're going to discuss, I'm glad Reverend Bill has mentioned something about debt.
This your top back.
All right. So some of the topics that we'll discuss. Thank you. All right, so getting out of and into debt. What I want you all to understand, hopefully by the end of this presentation, is that some debt is not bad debt. As you all probably know, some companies like Walmart has debt. Some companies, America has a debt. You know, and America is still one of the top nations in the world. So there's some good debt, there's some bad, not so good debt. And so getting out of and into debt, how to get started down a good path. So after you get the negative or the not so good debt off of you, how to continue down a good path, or how to get started, then how to continue to grow and learn the outcome if you apply these strategies. And then some of you all, after I get done, may have some knowledge about finances and things of that nature yourself that you might want to share. And we have a question and answer for you. All right, so getting out of and into debt. First, let's understand why you are in debt. Is anybody in here in debt? Got credit cards? Got
Student loans.
Student loans. Oh yeah, me too. You got student loans too? You got student loans? Okay. Anybody else? Anybody here got a credit card? You got credit cards? Okay. All right, so you said student loans. All right, so is anybody in major debt with their credit cards? Like, major? Nobody? Okay, good. So, in my opinion, student loans is not a negative or not so good piece of debt that you should use. It's actually something that you should use to pursue something that can enhance your future. So that's not so good debt. So what I'm saying is that most of you all in here who have debt with student loans are not in a bad situation. Now, what can happen is that if you don't pay your student loans back, then that's when your credit starts getting messed up and things of that nature. But making regular payments on your student loans can actually increase your credit score and things of that nature. So that's not such a horrible thing. Let's separate good debt from bad debt. Good debt is like using your credit card to pay for food. Bad debt is using your credit card to get a new TV. Anybody tell me why?
Cost of cooking.
Luxury.
That meal is way cheaper than the TV.
The meal is way cheaper than TV. Okay.
It's pleasure.
Well, I was just gonna say, one is a need and one is a want.
One is a need and one is a want. One is more of a necessity, the other is more of a want. Now, let's say for example, you're using your credit card and you want to go get some food. You could actually end up in a not so good debt situation because, okay, you got a $1,000 limit. So you go to the grocery store and you're buying things that you usually don't buy, like lobster, steak, stuff of that nature. What you need to do when you have the option of going into debt is make sure you're applying your money in a way that you're still being smart about your money. You're making good choices, mature choices. Because if you don't apply it, it's gonna lead to a negative thing. That's what we'll talk about that. I'll stop there. Cut your unneeded expenses. That's the third. what I want you all to do, what I want you all to do is to think about maybe 3 things in your life that you spend a little bit too much money on. Or should I say, 3 things that in the future you will see yourself not spending that much money on. And write that down. You don't have to write it
Should this be so dark?
That's the way they have this camera set up.
Oh, okay.
That's a hard.
Think of like one. Just need one.
But you got to say it.
Everybody got one? Okay. Alright. Sean, you mind sharing what your unneeded expense is? Clothes. That's kind of a need. Why'd you put clothes? Yeah. Yeah, too much money. Okay. Yes, that is a little bit unneeded. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Alright, so I'm gonna give you an illustration of what happened with me and kind of see if maybe whatever unneeded expense y'all wrote down, maybe y'all can apply this. So maybe when I was like 19, let me see. Maybe from like 16 to like 20, I was a club fanatic. Like I went to the club like every week almost. Not necessarily, I didn't really get into the strip club, but I liked the dance club. For some reason, dance club was my thing. I would go there like every week. But I think even back then, I knew as I got older that I was gonna, relax and go into the club so much. And so, I don't go to the club that much as I used to. And so that's like, what, $15 every week that I'm saving if I'm not going to the club.
Oh.
You said that every time you get paid, you get paid once a month, 2 weeks. You get paid every other Friday. You think out of every other Friday, how much money do you spend on clothes? About how much? Alright, $50. So that's like $100. That's like $100.
Let's go 200. Like we get friends.
For real? Dang. Okay, that's like $200 that's being spent each month. So 200 times 12 is $2,400. That's the extra $2,400 she could have in her pocket if she wasn't spending money each week, every time she gets paid. So something that I would want you to do is kind of wean yourself out of that. When I was going to the club, it was like, okay, maybe instead of going to the club each week, go once a month. I used to do other activities. Maybe instead of doing an activity each day, do it once a week, once a month. Kind of wean yourself out of that habit that you may have. So whatever y'all wrote down, just y'all know, if y'all wrote it down, y'all know y'all spent too much money on it. So y'all know that it's not necessarily needed. So y'all can make the choice. Y'all can make the choice to kind of wean yourself out of it. You ain't got to go cold turkey, but next 2 months, try to put a plan together. All right, go ahead. All right, so let's think now that, okay, you're looking at your debt, you're looking at your unneeded expenses, and it's just kind of overwhelming. It's like walking into a dirty room. When you walk into a dirty room, it's like, wow, this is very, very messy, very sloppy, very unorganized. So what I encourage you all to do is to get organized. Get your finances organized. Get your finances in a way that they can work for you versus working against you. One of the first things that you can do is